Okay, good morning, everybody. So I'm Eija Kaasinen from VTT. I have quite long practice working at VTT with different technologies and their application and focusing on user experience and user acceptance and human issues. So I'm happy to see that my presentation is here before you dig into the different technologies that Pekka was referring to. So my message is not related to a single technology, but design for need, and actually with a question mark. And why is that? I think design for need, you have already seen in consumer market and also perhaps in business-to-business market that most recognized needs have already been served. So maybe it's not so easy to find a need that somebody is not yet serving. So actually, shouldn't we be designing the need? Actually, should we create the need and then respond to that need that we have created? That has happened in consumer market, for instance, with those companies that Pekka was referring, Facebook, Uber, and so on. And my message to the day is that two issues I would like you to consider. Not a certain technology, but what about customer experience and how to understand and empower your customers? What would their role be in the future? So, customer experience. It happens all the time, every time. It's not something that you can design and then you can be happy and now I have designed the customer experience. It's happening every day, every time. Anybody at your customer site or your perhaps future customer is in connection to your product, services, your people. And the experience starts from the image of your company, and then at each touch point, is it then contacting your people or getting some product or having maintenance services, whatsoever. Every time the experience, good experiences raise the overall experience and bad experiences lower it. And this is something you should think about when you are designing for need. So I'm presenting you some examples from Fimek Uxus project. It ended 2015, but still I think the examples and the main principles are quite valid. When you hear about user experience, I think most people first think about products and services and how you involve human factors, experts to get the user experience good. And that's the starting point, yes, sure. But then there's also customer experience. And customer experience happens at all touch points when you are serving your customers or when you are selling something or when you are giving maintenance. And for customer experience, you have to design not your products and services as such, but your organization, how your organization can produce good user experience. And this example comes from Valmet, where they in Uxus program, they were studying how to make the service descriptions more easy to understand. So they started to use a lot of graphics to make the descriptions more understandable. And then there is brand experience, focusing on all touch points and even renewal of the business, totally renewing the business like happened. I'm happy to remind that the Rolls-Royce work that now last week was continued in the press release of the new development center for autonomous logistics. It all started in this program where we together were thinking how we could renew marine business from user experience point of view. What kind of user experiences should we or could we produce in the future? And then it continued as we can see today. So focusing on user experience. And by focusing on experience, user experience, customer experience, brand experience, it's not only designing or serving needs. It's, I think, if I have to use only one word, it's differentiation. So how to differentiate in the market where all companies are serving a bit similar needs? You have to be different. And I would like to claim that by focusing on experience, you can be different and you can get competitive advantage. So today I would like you to think about this, parallel to thinking about digitalization and all the nice new technologies. So experience, but then also another thing, understanding and empowering customers. When we talk about digitalization, there's a lot of discussion about data, and certainly digitalization can create a lot of different data, and you can create a lot of understanding of your customers, but only if you can use that data in a wise way. So data-based knowledge, what can you learn about your customers by studying the data? But however much you have different data, I would say it never replaces stepping into the customer's shoes and empathizing with the customers. And this is something you can't make somebody else to do for you. So my message is that everybody has to go to the customer's shoes and try to see the world with the customer's eyes, with empathy. And even engineers can feel empathy. I have seen it. So it's it's something that really helps you much more than all the data, or let's say the data and the empathic understanding together. And engaging with customers. So what kind of new ways you have to be in contact with your customers? Listen to your customers. How can you monitor and interpret the message, the several messages that you get from your customers? Let's say you're alone from social media discussions, if you study them. So understanding your customers, and then empowering your customers. When we talk about Industry 4.0, we talk a lot about customization, customized production. So how can you design your product so that you can give more freedom to your customers to make the product such that they better fit to their needs? And then co-creation, how to involve the customers, but also the whole ecosystems to the design of new products and services. How can you facilitate this kind of activities to get the power of the whole ecosystem to the design? So, to conclude, I'm sorry for the organizations that I didn't quite get the design for need. So let's say, I would say design and create the need. Differentiate and create the need by focusing on customer experience and then understanding and empowering your customers. So thank you very much.